Alright guys, we're playing a game of Warhammer 40k 9th edition. It's 2,000 points, playing against Mark's Blood Angels. We are playing on the mission of Battle Lines. That is the long way deployment. There's 5 zones. The primary scoring is 1, 2, or more. Mark picked sides and deployed first. He put his stuff over on this side. Mark.
Well, no, the deployment got screwed up, but anyways, yeah, I chose this side. Yeah, I'll go over my list. So I have a unit of Intercessors with a Power Fist, a unit of Sanguinary Guard, 8 of them, a unit of Suppressors, Lychguard. There's 5 more Intercessors with Power Fist, 5 more Intercessors with Power Fist. There's another unit of 8 Sanguinary Guard here. And then in the building is a unit of Lychguard, 5 of them, and then a unit of 8 Death Company. And then I have a Sanguinary Priest, a Chapter Master, and a Sanguinary Ancient, all back there.
And then you got
I got some Inceptors in space.
With plasma guns.
With plasma guns, those aren't bolters.
Bolt guns. And Mark's secondaries are taking Engage on all fronts, Oaths, and Assassinate. You know what? I almost wanted to... No, it's not worth it. I'm like, I almost want to take it the Vermin one, because I'm basically holding the middle
now that we know that this is the right way to play the right table.
That might actually be the right fucking play.
Alright, whatever, man.
Anyway,
I don't care.
On my side, I'm trying something a little bit different. So I got 2 units of Scarabs. One's a unit of 9, one's a unit of 8. I got a Lychguard shield wall right behind them with a Chronomancer, a unit of 10 Immortals, and an Overlord. I'm basically running two different dynasties. One's in a patrol and one's in a Spear Auxiliary. The Spear Auxiliary is Sotek, so they get to reroll their wounds. Reroll 1 wound like a Salamander, and they get a 5-up invuln against mortal wounds. So what's in that are going to be the 3 heavy destroyers, the Chronomancer, and I think it's Szeras. And I think it's the 2 dynastic guys that it doesn't really matter. In my 6-inch move and OBSEC are the Scarabs, the Lychguard, and the Immortals, with the Reanimator and the Scorptech Destroyers. But it's a unit of 6 Scorptech Destroyers. I took a Reanimator. I was actually thinking that he would have a little bit more space to hide behind buildings, but I got all the short buildings on this side, so he's got to fucking make a run up the table. And then I have a shard of the Nightbringer. First time bringing him, painted him up, and yeah, kind of excited to play with him. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I also have a 2 Camo Thralls and a Plasma Sight that are up in space while waiting to come down. My primaries, I took Grind Them Down, Scramblers, and Assassinate. Yeah, I think I'm going to change Assassinate to... Oh no, that would change Scramblers. Never mind. So we're good. And then yeah, so we'll roll off to see on who goes first. Alright, so we just finished Blood Angels turn 1. Mark, do you want to go over what you did?
So we rolled off. I got to go first, so I fought Long Fury, the Death Company, kind of up over here, fronted up on Matt, and then I moved him over here. Intercessors ran up, kind of hid back a little bit. I didn't want to come out too fast because he does have some pretty aggressive stuff. Libby Dread was able to wings over here. Intercessors kind of moved up. Lychguard moved up. I got my 4 characters just like hiding behind this wall of crates. Sanguinary Guard are back here. Sanguinary Guard are back there. And in shooting, I just basically plinked off little shots at the Scarab base that was over here. I killed 3 of them. And then in combat, I didn't think that the Lychguard I didn't know they had 2 wounds each. So I thought they only had 1 wound, so I thought the Sanguinary Guard were decent, or not the Sanguinary Guard, the Death Company were decent in there, but anyways, charged in, I killed 2 Immortals, that was it. On the return though, I only lost 3 guys between the Scarabs and the Immortals. I got really hot on my Feel No Pains, so that helped out. And all I need to do is move this guy basically like this, and I would have got an engaged in all fronts for 3, but I didn't because I'm not wholly within. But other than
You
that,
mean when you had to remove casualties?
when I removed casualties, I should have pulled myself into the zone rather than stay engaged. But anyways, you live and learn. So we're off to Matt's turn 1. Yeah.
Why don't you just do that? Just move that fucking dude.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Alright, and yeah, so we're off to Necrons. Alright, so we just finished Necrons turn 1. My command phase was basically give my Immortals +1 to hit, heal back up the Lychguard from Szeras, living wounds up one of the Lychguard and one of the Scarabs. In the movement phase, I moved my shard up the side of that building and moved my Scarabs to basically tow both zones, and everything else kind of just stayed where they were. I think my destroyers moved back a little bit so the Sanguinary Guard can't get a free jump in on them. It makes it just a little bit more difficult to get in on them. And in my end of my movement phase, I deployed scramblers with my, I think with my destroyers, I think I said. And my Night Shard blew up that unit of intercessors that was on that zone using both of his psychic powers. He rolled a 6 and just basically went to town with like just blowing them up. In the shooting phase, I killed 4 of the intercessors in that unit. Did you do a morale check with those guys?
Oh no. So what is it? Heroic bearing. I get to give my leadership to a buddy. What is it? Is it 6 inches? I'm gonna have to check that.
And then the rest of my shooting, yeah, basically just blew up 4 guys there. I tried to kill his Blade Guard, and they made all their invulns. And I gave +1 to reanimate onto my Lychguard. So we are off to Blood Angels turn 2. Alright, so we just finished Blood Angels turn 2. Mark, what'd you do?
I bounced off a bunch of fucking... I went crazy. Matt talked shit to me. So I flew my Dreadnought over here, and then I wasn't able to smite this guy. So I was able to make...
I spent my 1 CP to do the 4-up.
Yeah.
Cancel it.
So I charged the destroyers. There's a destroyer tow in here, and I killed 3 of them. And then this dude killed me. Okay, so it is what it is. Over here, I basically did Operation Try to clean up Scarabs. These units of Scarabs had a 5-up invuln, so I wasn't able to get rid of them all. But the Blade Guard killed all the Scarabs that they fought. So yeah, like I killed a bunch of Scarabs. Oh, these guys dropped in. I gave them a strat, +1 to hit. So supposedly you don't get blast on 10 guys, so I only rolled like 14 shots. And rolled a whole bunch of 1s and 2s to wound. And yeah, that was pretty sweet. So I only killed like 2 Immortals, or 1 maybe, after he reanimated. So yeah, it was pretty productive, as in not productive at all. Even over here, like my Warlord, he has a 6-inch aura of removing OBSEC. So I gave him the Blood Angel specific. You take away OBSEC and your auras become 3 inches bigger. And I didn't have him within 6 inches of the Scarabs, which are OBSEC, and I would have stole both these zones, right? So yeah. Anyways, there's some mismanagement on my part, but I haven't played in 8 weeks, so
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I spent 2 CP to change the reanimation target onto my Immortals because I expected to lose a lot more. And I spent... What did I spend another CP on?
-1 to wound over here? No, didn't matter.
No, I didn't spend it on that. I spent 3, so I did...
You spent 1, what gave you the ward save?
That's just the Chronomancer.
Okay. Oh, you did something here, right? When I shot you?
I can't remember. I spent 1 CP on something else, but now I don't think... I can't even remember. Spent 2 on that. Anyway, it'll probably come back to me in a little bit here. And yeah, so we're off to Necron. So we just finished Necron's turn 2. It was an interesting turn. My Scarabs fell back out of this combat onto the zone. My Catan Shard flew into the middle, and so that he was 9 inches away from Mr. Bannerboy. I popped the res orb on my destroyers, bringing a destroyer back, and brought back a Lychguard and a Immortal, and all my stuff healed up by 1. In the psychic phase, or I guess in the movement phase, I guess that wasn't my movement phase. In the end of the movement phase, I psychicked off his dude in the middle and did nothing else, right? Yeah, I think my other ones failed. Well, I did 2 mortal wounds to the Blade Guard.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
The other one failed.
Yeah. In the charges, Nightbringer charged in on the Sanguinary Guard. The Destroyers charged in onto the Blade Guard. Oh, my little like Psycho, my little shrimp boy came out from outer space to give my dudes extra combat. My Lychguard charged in the Sanguinary Guard, and my one of my Destroyers charged down on these dudes. In the shooting phase, sorry, I'm doing this in the wrong order. In the shooting phase, I shot off 2 suppressors, and that was essentially it. I think the rest of the shooting I did, I killed 2 Sanguinary Guard or 1 Sanguinary Guard or something like that.
You wounded 1, and that was about it.
Yeah, it was
pretty lackluster.
All my mortals just missed.
Yeah.
In combat, the Destroyers killed the 3 Blade Guard.
Because I transhumaned them. Over here, you were able to kill 3 Sanguinary Guard on the charge, and you have 4 wounds left. I was able to interrupt over here, and I killed 4 mortals. Or no, You killed 8. 8 immortals, but
the Lychguard.
Lychguard, but 4 came back? No.
Yes, half of them came back.
Yeah, 4 came back. And over there, it's a little slap fest, a little floaty boys.
He did 1 wound to me, and I did none in return. But, again, he's not shooting me with those guys this next turn. That was the big plan on that one.
Yeah, and then other than that, really it was just a big old slap fest.
Yeah, my Immortals got +1 strength from Zarek. And yeah, I didn't mention Zarek gave the Lychguard +1 toughness, so they're running around toughness 6.
Nice.
And yeah, so we're off to Blood Angels turn 3. Alright, so we just finished Blood Angels turn 3. Intercessors ran into combat. His captain ran over behind to try and take out the Nightshade. The chaplain, or sorry, his apothecary flew into the middle to heal up one of the Blade Guard, and then he charged into the Lychguard. In combat, I think that was it. He did 1 wound in shooting to the with all the suppressors and intercessors and all that other shooting into the Nightbringer. He did 1 wound, bringing him down to 3, so he could die in combat. And then in combat, he charged his captain and the intercessors on the Nightbringer. He attacked with the captain. I spent 1 CP to reroll, have failed ward save, and then in return I interrupted and then killed the captain. And then his intercessors power fisted him down. He barely killed him.
I killed him.
It was it was.
I did what? Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
I think it was I really think my mistake was actually charging my captain in.
Oh yeah, that gave me 3 victory points.
I think if I just charge him with the intercessors, I thought with the assault doctrine and the charge, they have enough just blatant attacks to kill him. Right? You only had 3 wounds I had to do? Blood Angel, right?
So, if I would have had my reroll, I would have saved that last wound, so he would have still been alive.
You did reroll 1 wound.
No, but I rerolled it against the captain.
Oh, yeah, fair enough, right?
So then that would have saved him, so he would have still been alive.
The same, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm almost
Oh, I owe you a leadership on my Lychguard. They're fine. Yeah. So his captain his Blade Guard didn't do anything. I killed 2 of his Blade Guard veterans. He killed 5 Lychguard in that fight, and I did nothing in return. And over here is another slapfest. He did 1 wound to me, and that was essentially it. Scoring wise, he got 3 for engage on all fronts, 3 for oaths, and 3 for an assassinate. And so we are off to Necrons turn 3. So we just finished Necrons turn 3. My Scarabs flew over to go attack the suppressor. These boys came out of space to drop scramblers into Mark's deployment zone. My Immortals moved up onto the zone with their +1 to hit. My Lychguard fell back so that everybody can shoot at the Sanguinary Guard. I killed a shit ton of them. I killed 7 Sanguinary Guard with all my shooting.
I paid 2 to keep them there.
Combat, yeah. So Mark paid 2 to keep them alive. My Destroyers ended up killing the Blade Guard.
Well, you killed the Sanguinary Guard down to enough guys I couldn't get a lookout, sir, and then you smoked my you smoked my Sanguinary Priest, because I think if the Priest is alive, it's different, right? Because he could have heroically intervened into here too, right?
And killed that Lychguard. Yeah, because I think it took him all the way down, and the only shot I had left was Szeras, and Szeras had one shot. He made a count.
He made a count. Fucking
and
Szeras.
Just blew him up. My Overlord came over to charge in on these plasma boys, and he killed 2 of them. He's got the upgraded relic blade that does it's like -4 AP, +2 strength, 3 damage, and you get no invulns. Or you get no mortal wound saving or wound saving things. What is that even called? Apothecaries do it. Feel no pains.
Feel no pains.
Yeah, ignore feel no pains. Little monster boy is just hiding as far away as he can from those Sanguinary Guard and just trying to toe the line and hold it on there. And so I scored 3 for killing a character. I scored 2 for keeping him out of one of my table corners, and I planted my 2nd out of 3 scramblers, and I am holding 2 points. So I scored 10 primaries. We're off to Blood Angels turn 4. Alright, so we just finished Blood Angels turn 4. Not much motion happened. These dudes advanced across the way. The dudes that are on that zone advanced out to try and hold this one. Sanguinary Guard moved out to jump in onto the destroyers. And this dude fell back out of that combat. In shooting, nothing happened. I believe everybody advanced. So the shots actually... The Sanguinary Guard shot at the... actually, both of those units shot at the destroyers, doing nothing. In combat, the Sanguinary Guard destroyed all of my destroyers. Over on this side, the Suppressor blew up one of the Scarabs, but the Scarabs traded back and taking out those dudes. And in this corner right here was a pillow fight. I made my 4-up ward, so my Lychguard's still there, and I did 1 wound to his Sanguinary Guard, so he's sitting on 1 wound left. Yeah, so we are off to... Oh, scoring-wise, Mark got 3 points for engaging all fronts, 2 for oaths for sitting in the middle, and he scored 5 points for primaries for holding 1 zone. So we are off to Necrons turn 4.
I literally think...
So we just finished Necrons turn 4. My Crypto Thralls walked up to the side of this little barricade. My Immortals walked up onto the zone and walked across the barrier. They shot the hell out of the Sanguinary Guard. Basically took him down to 3 dudes.
Yeah.
And then one of these guys shot in. I think he missed and fucked up. And then the other one, this guy shot in at the intercessors and killed 1 guy. Szeras had to basically shoot and finish him off. Oh no, he missed. Szeras missed shooting at the intercessors, but my Chronomancer with his Zeltech reroll wound finish off the last dude. In the combat phase, my Overlord charged in on the 1 Grav Dropper dude and ended up blowing him up. Over here, the Sanguinary Guard failed to hit or wound the Lychguard, and the Lychguard managed to do 1 wound into him and kills that dude. So I scored 15 for primaries. I scored 4 for keeping him out of 2 of my zones, 2 of the table corners. And yeah, so that's that. And we're off to Blood Angels turn 5. We just finished Blood Angels turn 5. Mark, what'd you do?
The 2 Sanguinary Guard flew up and killed Matt's... What are they called? Warlords?
Overlord.
These 5 guys, this was a unit of 5. They shot a bunch at these Immortals, or at the Immortals. They killed the Lychguard. One of them died because we were fighting. That's literally everything that happened. So
yeah, and then now we're off to Mark scored 2 for oaths and nothing else. Wow.
I killed a character, 3 for oaths.
Oh yeah, 3 for oaths.
Assassinate
and 3 for assassinate.
Yeah.
I already gave you a 3 for assassinate. Yeah, and 5 for primaries. So we are off to Necrons turn 5. So we finished Necrons turn 5. We already started cleaning up and started chatting and stuff. I couldn't kill the Sanguinary Guard. Yeah, basically just walked away from him. I tried to shoot him with everything and I failed. And I just walked away from the Immortals. And so I scored 6 points for Vermin because I had 3 table corners that weren't in. I scored 10 for my Scramblers. And I scored 15 for primaries again. Yeah, so I'm actually really enjoying this new list. I need to learn how to use the Reanimator a little bit better. But I think it's a rowdy-ass list. So I'm trying to make Szeras work. So I think this is the kind of on the right path to do so. Yeah, thanks for watching.